another video. So as I mentioned, that we're going to be doing some maintenance on the GS460. Before we start, doing some mods on it, I wanted to make sure it is running properly and it's going to be reliable at the end of the day. That's why I got the vehicle. So I went ahead and got a K&N cabin air filter. We're going to be installing that. The other two things we're going to be installing is just the transmission fluid. So I checked the vehicle and it's very low on transmission fluid and coolant, so I went ahead and purchased those. Make sure you grab the right one. This one says it is for Toyota and Lexus WS. That's the one I need. So I went ahead and got 4 quarts just in case. Like I said, it is low, so I will need to replenish that. And the coolant as well, make sure you get the right one for your vehicle. This one's for Asian vehicles, so it says right here Lexus 1990 and up. And then I went ahead and got a siphon for the transmission fluid and a drip pan as well. Basic tools you'll need: some gloves so you don't get your hands all dirty with the transmission fluid, and that's pretty much it. So like I said, there's very little GS460 YouTube videos out there, so I want to go ahead and just make every possible video I can on this vehicle, so that way you guys have it up to date on the vehicle. If you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to comment down below. Comment down, what mods you guys want me to do on the vehicle, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, so that way we can grow the community and show everybody that the GS460s are still alive and they're still out there. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so we are underneath the vehicle, as you can tell. So here is the transmission fluid pan. That is the bolt that we're going to be releasing, and all the fluid is going to be coming out. This is going to be the overflow cap. So once we drain it, fill it, we're going to be checking that. And then the bolt, let's see if it'll focus in. That's the bolt right there, that big one. That's the one we're going to be filling it in. So that's where the siphon's going to go. I'm going to be using a 9/16 to take that bolt out here. And I can't stress you guys enough, like, every safety precaution that you guys can do, definitely take advantage of it. Being underneath this vehicle, with the amount of safety precautions I already did, still is like going through my mind like, shit, is this safe or not? Because if this vehicle falls, like, I'm crushed. So definitely take advantage of every safety precaution you possibly can. I have jack stands on both sides. Boom. I have the jack still on there, and then I have bricks at the very end. And I have the e-brake on, like I said. So we're going to be taking this bolt out. There it goes. Let's see if I can twist it with my hand. There we go. There it goes. And I'll have to clean up this mess later on. Alright, so this should be a better clip for you guys. That big bolt right there that you see, I don't know if that's focused in or not, but that big bolt right there, it has WS. That's another clear indication of what type of oil or fluid to throw in the transmission. So that big bolt will need to come off. It is in a very tight spot. So I'll do my best and change it out. I want to be under this vehicle as least as possible, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got the bolt off. Now we have the siphon attached to, you can't see it right now. Let me turn on the light for you guys. So the siphon's going in. Alright, so we are letting the car warm up a little bit for about 5-6 minutes, so that way the transmission fluid will expand. Then we can go in and loosen up the overflow pin and let it release a little bit. I wanted to go over some of the tools. It's been about 2 hours trying to take off the bolt so that way I can put transmission fluid in it. You need these exact tools, so that way you guys know for the GS460. So I went to AutoZone, I went to Ace Hardware, and then I finally went to Home Depot. I originally started with a 1/2 inch ratchet. That didn't fit, and the socket that you're supposed to use is 15th of 16ths. So I originally had a 1/2 inch drill for that. It would not fit. It was too wide. So as you guys saw in the clips, so it's very narrow from where the bolt is to where the axle is, and I just couldn't get to it. Nothing would fit in there. I even tried something like this that was a little thinner. That still would not work. And I finally went to Home Depot, and instead of using a 1/2 inch ratchet, I used a 3/8 inch ratchet with the same 15th 16th socket that fit that 3/8. So that did work. I did try a wrench as well, but it was just it was stripping it, so I didn't want to continue doing that just so to take it off, you know, because then at the very end, if I did take it off, it would be stripped at the end, and I didn't want to buy a whole new bolt for that. So got it done. So make sure, if you're going to do the transmission fluid, which is fairly easy to do, make sure you have those tools. Alright, so we're going to start her up. Try not to put too much weight in here. Okay. Alright, we'll give her about 5 minutes and let that transmission fluid expand a little bit. Alright guys, so now we're going to start on the coolant. I've already drained it out. There's a little plug through there. You guys can watch any other YouTube video on how to change out the coolant. It's very simple. So now I'm going to clean it out with 4 gallons of distilled water. You want to make sure it is distilled water because regular tap water has minerals in it which will corrode your radiator, so you don't want to do that. And then I have 2 gallons of antifreeze coolant. This is a reservoir for the coolant. To fill it back is actually this one right here, which I have never seen before. But watch a couple of the YouTube videos of guys changing out the coolant in their LS460, which is like the same model as this GS. So I mean, I'm learning with you guys. So we got to take this out. I just use an Allen key to take it out. See, I've already loosened it. And we'll fill it from there. Alright, so we went ahead and filled it up. 4 gallons. Still bleeding through them. I'm waiting for it to stop dripping. After that, then I will insert the I will put in the coolant, wait for it to turn pink, plug it up, and fill it up. Alright, so it's starting to get dark now, but for the coolant, I went ahead and filled it up. This is the 2nd gallon. I already put that one in there. So I left the cap open. This is for the reservoir while I was filling it, and that was that allowed the air bubbles to escape and me to fill it. So right now it's topping off. You can see the reservoir is already filled up. So I went in and threw the cap back on. I threw the car on. I have the heater on now, letting it run for a little bit so that way this can go through, and I'm gonna see if it will take the rest of this gallon here, and that'll be it. Okay, so we're done with the transmission fluid and the coolant. Now we're gonna change out this cabin filter. If you haven't changed it out before or found any other YouTube videos on it, it's pretty much the same as like any other Lexus. You're going to come in the glove box here. Let me set you guys down so you can see. You'll take this out, and it has a shelf here. You're going to remove this shelf, just pull it out, all one piece. And behind there, you're going to start to see the cabin filter. So it has a little door here. You're just going to lift up, as you can see, lift it up. These are not even staked in there. They're just in there for the position. So from here, you'll be able to lift up and take out this cabin filter. Like so. A little finesse. Boom, look how dirty that is. When I did change out the coolant, I noticed that it started to blow out hot air, is what you want when you're changing out the coolant and you're completely done. But it wasn't blowing, it didn't have like a lot of power to it. So I know that it's because of the filter. It's clogged, it's dirty, and as you can tell, look at all that. Oh, that is disgusting. So we're gonna replace this with the K&N reusable and rewashable. So we're gonna toss this one outside. It's already dark outside. I've been doing this all damn day. All right, so let's go ahead and take out that cabin filter. All right, so this is the K&N cabin filter. That thing is nice. Look, it's all flimsy too. I think it's like a silicone or rubber. Pretty nice. So we're gonna insert that, and then we'll turn on the AC, see how it feels. All right, guys, we're gonna put in the cabin filter. What's really nice is there's actually a little light inside. If you can see that. How cool is that? So you can see where the cabin filter is. We're gonna throw that one in there, close it up. It's good to go now. So let's start putting everything back in now. Just as we got it. Boom. That goes back into place. It's a little difficult to do this with no light. I had the light shining on me for you guys. Actually, I think it's the other way. Perfect fit. I knew that. Definitely leave a like and comment down below. It took me all day to do this. This should have been like a 4 or 5 hour job, but it took me all day. But I'm learning as I go. This is actually the first time I changed out transmission fluid. I changed out the coolant in the Lexus IS before, so I had more. I knew my way around with that, but it's really cool. And the cabin filter, I've done that before as well. I mean, everybody should have just done all these maintenance stuff before. So definitely give a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. It took me all day to do this. And definitely subscribe and let me know what next videos I should do.